Hello friends, this is Olga, mature medical student, and this is my video update about the episode corruption I had on the 5th year of study. It didn't happen as an episode of corruption because this Friday I passed this, I would say, exam. Actually, I cannot call it like exam because we had only 8 days for this subject to learn. It's not like year or very short period, but actually it seems also like exam because it is in oral form, so I have to answer on the questions, and it usually we have such a type of exams, when you have to speak and to answer. And it was like this. So I will not tell you everything I already told in my previous video. So how I did it, how I managed this thing. So first of all, and what I read from advices is to learn once again hardly this subject. So I studied it in the evening, I studied it early in the morning, I studied it also during the day. I had my headphones, I listened to lectures exactly of this professor, because I don't know if it is the same for the rest of the world, other countries, but in Ukraine professors usually they like to hear what they told, exactly what they told. And some professors, they do not like some literature or they don't trust something, and it's important to pass an exam just to learn that numbers, that words, that things that exactly this professor told. And the best melody for this professor is to hear what she or he already told to people. So what I did, I found these recordings of her lectures, and I really learned them from A to the last letter of alphabet. And the second thing, what I did, it was really exhausting and actually not very pleasant part, but I had to do it because if there will be some problem in the end, I will have evidence that I'm trying to pass this exam actually. So I wrote to this professor every day, even sometimes couple times for a day. So if you can have time today, if you have time today to accept, my answers. And she usually answered like, no, now I don't have, write me please later, like at the 2 o'clock. I'm writing her at 2 o'clock, she doesn't answer. On the next day, I'm writing to her, hello Rose, do you have the time today? And she doesn't answer. So I have to wait and maybe to write to her in the second part of the day. And it was happened, it's happened every day, so for all this week. And it's kind of not pleasant that because you have to run for this professor and begging her, please accept, please, may I have your attention, of course it's not very pleasant, but what as I told you, I'm writing it to her, so if there's something happens, I will have the proofs that I wrote to her and how she answered to me in this way. So it was important to do in any case. And why I had to be prepared and learn material more more precise and well. First of all, because I need to refresh it. Because from day to day I have another lessons, and I can just forget that material a bit. The second thing, that if she will not accept me, she would not accept me, in this case I have to make a request and create a commission from other 2 or 3 professors, and they will ask me questions. So I have to prove that I really know the subject, and it's a problem not in me but in that professor, first professor, that don't want to do anything. So it was the important thing to do. And finally, on Friday, she answered me very quickly on my numerous requests, and that first one on Friday, that please come to the meeting online. So yeah, and I will listen to you. So I had the time. It was the lunchtime. Maybe it's not the best place because I was in the like bar, I think. But anyway, it was good because I really have had that time some free, maybe hour, so it was okay. And she asked me 4 questions. I think the first 2 questions I answered perfectly, absolutely excellent answers, because I told her everything she told in that lectures. On the third question, I answered correctly and also good, but that thing that I did, I also read some other literature, and so I answered to her something that I saw in the literature, but not as she told. And that was my small mistake, but in general, I answered very good, I think. And the fourth answer, I also answered to her. Maybe like I didn't use precisely that word she wanted to say, like calling the stage, and so I had to tell some. But actually, I answered to her, and so I did, all my best, and I think that I deserve like normal mark. And I understood that she is accepting my answer, so she saw that I know something and not bad. So she cannot actually demand the money from me because, yeah, I can do this request for a commission and I'm confident in my abilities. So she decided to put me a mark. I heard her voice that was like kind of peaceful, so everything is fine, and she say goodbye. It was very nice, but then I watched the electronical journal with the marks, and I saw that she put me the lowest mark. I mean, it wasn't that the lowest, but really very close to the lowest mark. And I think that I do not have such marks because all my marks is quite good, and of course it's very not pleasant, because I wrote to her every day, whole this week, and I answered to her good, and I received very low mark. So of course I'm happy that I passed this subject, but the result is not very pleasant. I mean, and I think it's also one of the methods for these profs to punish student. The reason could be also the reason that the student didn't pay, or just this prof doesn't like the student as a person, or I don't know, the reasons could be different, but usually it is the problem of corruption. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, this is the kind of punishment to put really low mark, and like this person is received the mark, but if me, for example, I want a normal mark, I have to pay. So yeah, this is my video, and I wish you all the best. Yeah, I'm kind of happy. I'm very tired, but I'm happy anyway that I solved this problem. I don't want to left it for for some, for example, 6 year, or yeah, there are some students in my university that they have the subjects they didn't pass for some previous years, and they do not do anything with that. But to receive the diploma at the end, each student should pass all subjects. So yeah, it's better do not do like this, it's better to pass everything on time and as quickly as possible. Yeah, and see you in the next my videos. I hope they will be more positive. Bye bye.